Guys, Deludaguna. Now, you guys know I love young players. I believe, firstly, there's a lot of young players on many fringes from the first to the bottom Premier League club that could probably push for starts. Chelsea have got Masonda, etc. We've got players. United have got, and I know he's young, but Angel Gomez, however you say it, sort of guys like that. City have BRM Diaz, who I rate highly. They got the young Foden is a bit before his time. They've got prospects. Liverpool, no doubt, the same Woodburn and guys like that. There's a lot of talent throughout all of these sides. But for me, someone asked me on Twitter to name my set of my youngsters that I think we should keep an eye on in the season. Now, youngsters is a very ambiguous term. I mean, you can keep it up to around 23, 24. So I've tried to do it from 17 to 23. I don't really want to name the likes of Bernardo Silva. He's technically 23. I could name Barkley. I could technically name Xhaka. I think just turned 24. Oxlade the same. Dele Alli, of course, he's still young, but he's about like that. The same goes for Pogba. I didn't really want to say these names. So firstly, Bakayoko, I hope I said his name right. He's 22. Again, like the names I just said, I really shouldn't notice it. Mention him, but I couldn't help myself. I know I do think he's overrated in the sense that not that he's a bad player, but you know when players are put on a pedestal by fanboys when they're not. But I think he's a very good footballer. He's got technical quality. He's got it all. I like his temperament. He's young, so there's scope to learn and mold him. And he could potentially be a decent find and money well spent for Chelsea. I know Matic left, but yeah, Gab Jesus. I know his Premier League season was ended early by injury, but 10 appearances, 7 goals, 4 assists. That's scary. I think he's got all of them in like 600 plus minutes in the Premier League. I'm no stats man, but that's crazy. Fosu Mensah, you guys know I've made a video about him. I love the guy, man. Whether it's going to be as a centre half or centre mid, right now he can get games at fullback. That will not be his long-term position. He can play there, but I'll be surprised, and I hold my hands up if it is. Going to play under Frank de Boer, young player, young Dutchman like the manager. The manager said he wants to play young players. Loftus-Cheek, by the same comments, is there. They both are now. I might as well include Loftus-Cheek, which I was going to get onto next. Both of them have a chance to thrive, a chance to impress their clubs. Two differently. There's a bit more. I think there's a bit more time on TFM side, for Mensah's side, than there is for Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek conclusions won't be made after a season, but he kind of needs to show some sort of output or some sort of encouraging performances for Palace. For Mensah is very much this test his level to let him get up there. To remember, you need to stay concentrated for 90 minutes. And if they both do that, they both go back to their respective clubs and push for starts and to be of a bit more importance in their side. Tom Davies, it will be his first season ever of Everton. Centre mid will be his first season under the microscope. Last year he came through and he was a bit like a darling, couldn't do anything wrong. Now he's judged as a first team player, like you saw with Iwobi in his second season. He's going to have to prove it. I believe if he has a season like he did last year, I like him as a lot. I'll take him at Arsenal. If he has a season, wild card for England. I know there's a lot of competition ahead of him and his output isn't the best, but I like him, man. In technical quality and the aggression, I really got a lot of time for him. Sane, man, I believe the guy has it all to be one of the best in the world and one of the best in the Premier League. The pace, once the end product comes, he had a tough period at the start of the first half of his first season. Then after the Arsenal game when we went to the Etihad, he was just bagging, man. He scored 2 against us. I know it's not the champion. I know it's not the Premiership, but he played good against Monaco, if I remember rightly. And he's still young as well. He's 21 years of age, and it's scary because he's been around for a while. I mean, he's a valuable member of the German side and things like that. So yeah, Chilwell, Leicester. Now when he came through, I was thinking, what's all the hype about? People used to tell me, scouting reports, like, what's all this hype about? I watched him, I was like, okay, he's good, but it's nothing to write home about in the sense that he's a good player, but it's not this, oh. Now I've watched him, he's getting better, he's playing better. I like his technical qualities, I like how he supports the attack, and I can see why we scouted him now. And you'd like to think he's going to have a good season for Leicester because he's under a bit more importance now as the years go by. By the same man, Damari Gray as well. He didn't really play that much last year, and that's probably why he's frustrated. As he's getting older, he's now learning what it means to play in the Premier League and how you need to gain your manager's trust and do the things in the final third. Scored some decent goals last year. I think he's a player we could watch. I believe he can go to a bigger team than Leicester. I believe the likes of Spurs, Everton, that is even the case for us, and a couple other sides should be sniffing. Even Bournemouth, in fact, they did bid for him. I'm mentioning Bournemouth for no reason, but these sort of sides he could play, man. By the same standard, I've got to hail up some Arsenal players. Reece Nelson, he's 17, 18. He probably won't set the Premier League alight, but if he gets his chances, I guarantee you take his spot. He'll take his chances. I've spoken about him way before he made his debut in pre-season. Those of you that were with me know why I was speaking about him, not like these other YouTubers who don't know the hell they're talking about. So yeah, there's him. Maitland-Niles will probably be a squad player back up to the first team, but if he can get in, I do very much believe in him. Same as Rene Adelaide. Holding as well. If Holding plays football, I think he should go to England. He should actually go to the World Cup. Because if you look at these centre halves for England, they're not that much better than him, in my opinion. Yes, I've said that he needs to iron things out of his game, but who doesn't? By the same logic, and because he's made no secret of his ambition to play for England, Chalobah, I'm not going to go into it about him. Just going to hail him up because he falls under this. Tammy Abraham, he set the scene on. I've liked him when he came through the academy. He set the world alight playing for the Championship. Now got a chance to prove if he could bag in the Premiership for Swansea. Yeah, we keep an eye on him purely because we want to see it. We want to see if he could do it. Martial as well. Martial and Rashford, I've got to say them. Martial gets a run of games and some confidence. He's a great player. He's someone I really like. Whether he's going to be at United at the end of the window or not, he's someone you've got to mention because he's got the technical quality and he just needs the consistency and application to match. The same goes for Marcus Rashford, who I love, man. I've got a lot of time for Rashford. Rashford, if you're ever watching the League and you want to come and do this London stuff, holler Wenger, come to the Emirates, man. I'll be the first guy with your shirt. But yeah, Ndidi as well. I mean, he's a decent player. I mean, he was getting hype, and I like him as a footballer. I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, Ndidi. But he's decent. I think he's 21, 22, so I've got to include him. Leicester could have obviously done a lot worse than signing him. Like I said, there's many players. You guys will no doubt get in the comments and tell me some more. I cannot remember all of them in this 6-7 minute video. There's a lot, like I said. If you don't want a number 2, I'll give you a number 2. I can't imagine you did. But, yeah, with number 2, that sounds wrong. But, yeah, guys, this is just who I think. Yeah, like I said, there's a case for however many any youngsters. In fact, I think I even have some written down. Origi as well. Ake, now he's moved on permanently to Chelsea. I mean, from Chelsea to Bournemouth, and he gets games. I think Bournemouth punched above their weight, and that's a fantastic signing because I think he could have played for a better club, in my opinion. Whether it's a centre half, the left hand side of a back three, at left back, or in centre mid, I like him as a lot, man, as a baller. Origi as well. I can't pinpoint what I like about Origi, but there's just something to like about Divock Origi, or whatever his name is. No offense. Demarai Gray, like I've already mentioned. Like I mentioned in the previous video, Jero Devold, I cannot say that name, forgive me for getting your name wrong, forgive me, allow me in the comments, but he signed from Ajax to Palace. I think he's a very decent centre-half. He caught my eye last year. Of course, the Premier League's different from the Dutch League, but he looks very decent, and a lot, like I keep saying a lot in my videos, sides could do a lot worse. Palace could have done a lot worse than that, because they had guys like Tompkins, if I remember rightly, and yeah. Guys, Dilly Laguna, I'm signing out. I don't think I'm missing anyone else out. Oh, Jason Lolico, he's caught my eye. I don't think he's played that much for Palace in pre-season, but I did see a couple clips of him in a couple minutes when they were playing. I think it was in Asia, forgive me if I'm wrong, or somewhere. Yeah, he looks decent. He likes to take someone on. When I've done my research, people are saying he can be like Zaha. I don't know for the hype and stuff, and I don't know how much he's going to play. But Jason Lolico looks like a decent player, in my opinion. Guys, I'm signing out. I hope I've given you something to think about. Get in the comments. Thank you.